What's up guys, it's Genesis here and I am back with another Predecessor guide video for you today, and today it's going to be a role guide for the jungle role. It's something that I wanted to do for a while, to be fair. Again, you might have been hearing me say it's a while, I wanted to do this for a while, but I actually want to sit down and do this, and I've actually thought about it quite a lot, because the jungle role is quite a intricate role. I think it's definitely the most important role, I think, when it comes to names and stuff. The only other one would be, I would say, support, because a good support can actually do really well, but if you have a bad support or if you have a bad jungler, the game can go. You can have a bad carry and you can still do what you can have a bad off lane, bad mid lane, and you can still do something, but bad jungler, you're in a bit of trouble. And one of the main issues, I guess, with jungle is that people don't know exactly what to do. So we'll go over a few little steps here. We'll go over the easy steps that everyone should really be doing, regardless of what it is. You should be taking these. Again, I'm not saying that you need to be doing the advanced stuff right off the get-go, but if you want to learn jungle, then the easy stuff I'll cover. Then we'll go into the intermediate side, where it's a little bit more, technical. You gotta learn where things are, what things to go for, when to go for them, stuff like that. And then for the advanced section, it's more known, like improving your knowledge about certain things when it comes to when you can invade the enemy jungle, when you can look for ganks or lurk, as what you could call. You could lurk around, and then again, just take advantage of the enemy jungles as well as your jungle. But we'll go over a few points, see how it goes, and then we'll get straight into the video. For the easy section, nice and simple, I'm gonna have obviously images, and I'll try and make it as easy to understand and look at as possible. Again, you got one side, which is blue side, obviously the main blue buff, which gives you mana regen over time, and then you've got a 3 camp and a 4 camp, and then you got the red side, which gives you a damage over time buff, and you got a 5 camp and a 2 camp. Depending on who you go, you obviously take whichever side you want. Normally, just as an easy standpoint, you probably just, whoever you're playing, if you're just starting out, you would just go to the red side first. But as an easy, I'd say red side, take that, take your 5, take your 2, and then make your way towards mid, and then try and get a gank on mid. If you can't get a gank there, then again, go straight to, you don't have to get the gank straight away. If it's not looking available, don't bother going for it. There's no point. If you can get a flash out of it though, if you think you can get a flash out of it, then perfect, go for it. But if they're too far in the tower or something, don't bother going. And then if you can't get a gank or you can't do anything on any of the lanes, then go to your blue side. Take your blue, take your main blue buff, then take your, I normally go for my 4 and then my 3. And then again, if the enemy lane is pushed up on the left, the cyan buff might be up, so if your offlaner wants to go for the cyan buff, then you could probably try and tell them to bait the cyan buff, and then you can come in from the side or behind, try and get a nice little gank there, again maybe use a flash. The main thing is, if you use a successful gank in the early game, the first 10-12 minutes of the game, if you can get the enemy to use their flash, then that is what I would call a successful gank. And then the ceilings that do spawn on the map, I would put this more in the intermediate, but I feel like the ceilings should be something you should take, because again, they are pretty easy to take out. They spawn in the 4 minutes in the game, first 4 minutes of the game, and then once both sides have been killed, the left and the right, then they spawn every 4 minutes after that, only on one side though. And you'll be able to see with the mid lane in the river, you'd see obviously the respawn timer on whichever side it is. So yeah, once you've done that, you don't have to take both ceilings, but if you can take both ceilings, then take both ceilings. But main things, take your red, take your blue, take your ceiling, and then you can probably back there, and that's basically the easy part done. Pretty nice, simple, pretty easy to understand. And now we'll go into the intermediate side. So for the intermediate side, this is where you get a little bit more technical. So what you want to do is you want to go to whatever side you're starting on. So if you start on the red, then go to the blue. If you start on the blue, go to the red. So if with my example, I'll start on the red, so I go straight to my blue side for as soon as I spawn in. Go straight to the blue side. I'll wait till the 30-second mark. Once you've placed the ward on your opposite side, then you want to go back to base, then get the sentry ward, which would then obviously allow you to deward and do all of that stuff. And then go to your starting point, and by that time, the minion would have spawned, so you'll be fine. You should have plenty of time. And now, this is where you get a bit more technical. There's also you do the same. You know, you take your main red. Then I'll go to my 5, get 5, and then I'll just take my 3, take my 2. Sorry, but there's certain heroes you can go. For example, you got Brooks, Chimera, Boris, that you can take your red and then go straight to one of the lanes. Again, this is quite a bit more risk versus reward, because obviously when you get the buff, they automatically get level 2. So obviously you can, depending on who you are, again, Brooks, Boris and Kai, they can gank at level 2 easily. So you can get that early gank, or again you could take your main buff, take your 5 and then gank, and then go and take your 2. But depending on who you are, those kills are alright. Kills you probably don't want to do that with are like Uri or Crunch, like in the easy ones. Look for a nice gank. This is where you probably want to go to the dual lane, really. Depends on what side again. So yeah, if you're on the red side, on the dusk side, again you got dusk and dawn. The dusk side, on that red side, that's got the dual lane on there, and then obviously on the opposite side, on the dawn side, the red buff is on the off lane side. So if you're starting on the dusk side, then also you'd want to try and gank the dual lane, and to get the best out of that, really, again, because in the easy version, I'd say that they would most likely ward that middle part. So what you can do, instead of going straight through the middle, you can obviously go down the steps. You'll go around in towards Fang Pit, and then you go around the back of the enemy's blue by where their 3 camp is. Go behind them. That might be the most optimal way to do it. Unless they are pushed up on the lane, then you can. Again, I would still say go through the towards Fang Pit, and then go take the right more towards the ramp, and then you can probably go that way if you want to do that way. But I wouldn't go straight through the middle, because most of the time you're not really going to make it, and they'll know easily. If they wanted it like deep in the jungle, then I'd say you use a sentry ward as you're going down the stairs. Check if they got a ward close, and if they don't, then you can also do your gank stuff. But yeah, that's what I'd say for that. And then on that note as well, you can then take since you've already, so let's say you gank level 2, you can then take the enemy's blue 3 side, take that, and then go back to your red, and then go from there. And now you'd normally in this situation you'd taken your buffs, you've gone for gank, you might have got kills, gone for your other buffs, maybe got a kill there, took your seedlings, you would have backed normally, but by that time as well, your first lot of camps would have respawned back, not buff, a camp. Your first lot of buffs, so the 5 and the 3 would have, the 5 would have respawned if you took that, and then the 2 would have respawned maybe a bit after, or maybe it's just respawning depending on how long you're taking. So you could either back, or you can go, which I do, to be fair. If I don't need to back, I will go and take those camps again, and then again, if there's a ganking opportunity, then I could try and go for that, and then obviously if not, then you'll leave it. Now, as far as the advanced level goes, is more of the same. You go to your opposite side, ward it, go back, get the sentry ward, take whatever side you want. In this situation though, depending, now this is where you got to look at the teams as they are. Let's say you got on the off lane, let's say there's a Zinx, let's say there's a carry in the off lane, because carry that to be in the off lane, or there's someone not as mobile, let's say like a Chimera in the off lane, or like someone that's not as mobile in the off lane, but you're player can look. So Zara is something that you'd want to go for the red. Normally you'd go for the red, but in this situation, if you know that these people don't have a good way of getting out, you can start on the opposite side you would normally start on to get an early gank there, because again they're not as mobile. They should be a bit easy to take out. At least use their flash, but most of the time, even if they flash, then you can still get the kill from them, because they can't really, if you play it right, they can't get out. So that's what I would say, because again I do that sometimes, especially if there's a carry off lane, you have to do that. There's a murder, twin blast. This time, what I could say to do, which is what I hinted at in the first part of the easy section, is about invading. Now again, this is quite risk and reward, because if the jungler, if you're doing the warding the one side and then sentry warding, the other jungler might be doing the same thing. So if you go to his jungle on the opposite side, let's say he's playing Chimera, if you go to his blue side, he might have that warded, and then he might know where you are. And if he comes to you, or if the duo come to you, or if you get jumped by one of the laners, then that's just how it goes. But if you want to take the chance, you're red first. Obviously, let's just assuming you're gonna go for their blue. You take their red. You take your red first. That will obviously the ward's got a minute on there, and obviously if he's put it at let's put it at 20 seconds. Obviously the minions would have spawned, so there's only 4 seconds left. You'll take your count, which will take about 15 seconds max. So you'll take that. So there's only 25 seconds left. By the time you get to the blue side, there'll probably be about 10 seconds left on that timer. By the time you get there, that ward will probably be starting to go, and you should be able to take that blue easily. If you wanted to make it better for you, you would go for the 3 camp next, take that, and then go for the blue buff, because by the time that happens, then they're probably just finishing their last camp, whatever camp they've done on their side, on the red side, and they might be going for a gank. And if they do go for a gank and you see that, then I mean, I don't endorse it, but you could be a bit more greedy and go for the 4 camp as well, which again I've done in the past, because most of the time once they've ganked their off lane, they might go to your blue and take that, but then by that time, even if they take your 3 and your buff, they won't be able to take your 4, and you're kind of up anyway. So you would have taken the whole blue side, would have taken your red side, and then you would have gone back to your red side, taken your red side, then gone to your blue, taken your 4, and if they haven't taken your main buff, then you'll take your main buff, and then you're up like that, just right like that. So that would be more of an advanced play style. Another thing to look out for is again, figuring out where their jungler could be, because by this time now, if you're in more of the once the Fangtooth and Orb spawn, try and force an engagement, try and force something to happen, because as the jungler, that's what you can do, and that's what you should be really doing in order to take. Because again, you could be Kai, you could be Brooks, you can be a Zarus, a Boris, and you can just take things when you want. You can just fight them. They will take a while to do, but if the lanes are fine and if you got no jungle presence, then it should be alright. But if the jungler comes and then it's low or something, and you're a bit low, he can take objective, kill you, and then it's kind of for nothing really. So you do want to analyze the map to see where and when you can take certain objectives. So yeah, I think that's been a wrap. So I hope it's been clear, concise, easy to understand. Again, I'll put up images, and hopefully the images were alright. You could understand where you're going. The visuals are fine. You can look at what's going on. But yeah, I think that's everything. So I do hope it's been informative, useful, helpful, enjoyable to do. Yeah, they're fun, informative. I put like guides in there, so like at the end I put a little guide together of what items you can use and stuff. But yeah, if you enjoyed it, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff, and now we will see you in the next video. See ya.